What's going on, everybody? It's Joel here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new cast iron plates from the thestrengthco. These are made right here in America. They're made in Wisconsin at one of the oldest iron foundries in America. They sent these out to me for review, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't really do a whole lot of cast iron plates just because of the limited use, or my limited use for them. I would be using them just like pretty much anybody else looking for a cast iron plate for just squat, bench, deadlift, and I think these plates perform excellent for those movements. I mean, to me, weight is kind of weight. As long as it weighs as much as it needs to be, and I can put on a barbell, then it's not that big a deal. But otherwise, the build quality of these is excellent. The finish is a black e-coat, so it gives the plates a really cool look. I was expecting these to be like a gray cast iron, so when they showed up and they were black, I was blown away by the way that they looked. They do have a more kind of slick feel to it, at least the edges do, but the actual face and back part of the plate have a little bit of a texturing, so it's a little bit easier to grab them. If you have the flat side on the ground, it's kind of a pain in the ass to pick these up, but that's just kind of the way that it goes. You do have the thestrengthco's logo embossed on the front parts, and then you've got obviously the weight denominations, 45 pounds. In the middle here it says made in the United States. This plate is 17.72 inches in diameter. The hole opening is 1.99 inches, so slightly smaller than your standard 2-inch hole opening, but it fits onto sleeves just fine. It fits really close on the sleeves, so I really like that about these plates. There's really no wobble or wiggle to them. And then the width of the plate is 1.25 inches. So it's a fairly thin plate. This is a 45. It's not as thin as a calibrated plate, but I think it's going to be fine for most people. Looking at the deadlift, you're probably going to be able to stick a ton of these on any standard sleeve. So comparing the thestrengthco's plates to the Rogue's, the diameter is slightly smaller for the Rogue's. Just ever so slightly. I wouldn't say it's that big a difference, but you can definitely see it there. The width is pretty much the same exact thing, so you're going to be able to fit probably the same amount of weights. And then the hole opening, it's kind of hard to tell here because they're not the same diameter. The hole opening's probably the same thing, so I'm not too worried about that. Just having them both here, the Rogue has more of like a textured finish to it. It feels not as nice as the thestrengthco's plates. That feels a little bit more, I want to say, just finished a little bit better. Not that either of them are bad at all, but the Rogue kind of feels a little bit more porous than the thestrengthco's plates is. One obvious advantage that the Rogue has is that it has the holes so that you can grab it. The thestrengthco just has that lip so that you can grab it. I prefer the grip part of the Rogue plates. The E-coat is showing a little bit of wear inside of the hole opening, whereas the Rogue on mine is not showing any kind of wear at all. I think that just kind of has to do with the unfinished opening of the Rogue. I don't think there's anything to rub off in the first place. But otherwise, they're both very nice plates, and I don't think you can go wrong either way. So I weighed my thestrengthco plates at a perfect 45 for one of my plates and 44.8 pounds for the other one. Pretty close to the stated weight. One of them actually is the stated weight. I tried multiple times. I measured on asphalt, and it was the same thing every time. I'm using a normal, just like postal scale, so it might not be the most accurate scale in the world, but due to my measurements, I thought that these were pretty accurate. Now, I know that there are other reviewers measuring these that are getting some discrepancies as far as the weight goes, and I think that just has to do with just the first run. But with any kind of plates, I think there's always going to be some kind of discrepancy, unless you're getting like a calibrated plate. Mine, I lucked out, and mine are pretty accurate. So the thestrengthco plates do come in a 45, a 25, a 10, a 5, and a 2.5. They don't come in 35s and they don't come in 15s, but that's okay. Those are usually the one-off plates that people don't typically buy anyways. And the 45s are $195 for the pair. That does not include shipping and tax. So as it breaks down, these cost $2.16 per pound, which is a little bit on the expensive side, especially when you're going against like Rogue. The 6-shooters, which are a very, very popular plate, are like $156 for the pair, and then plus shipping, it probably bumps them up somewhere to like $250 per pound after shipping and tax. And then the StrengthCos are already $216, and then shipping and tax just kind of depends where you are. So these things can get pretty pricey. Another thing about them, and this is probably unique to me, is that the StrengthCo shipped these in just a normal cardboard box, nothing special. Granted, the StrengthCo is only like an hour away from me, so they probably didn't expect it to be in transit for a long time and get damaged, but I did get a couple scratches on the finish of my plates, which kind of sucks, but I think they would probably pack these up a little bit better if they're shipping them across country. So I really like these plates. I think for what I'm going to use them for deadlift, bench, squat, is going to be perfect. They're going to allow me to get more weight on the bar when I deadlift. I actually ran into that issue using my bumper plates. I wasn't able to deadlift more than like 495, 505 because I just ran out of room just using standard bumper plates. So this is going to allow me to deadlift a lot more than that, and I'm probably going to keep these around for a long time because I actually really like them. I think the finish is great, they look awesome, and they're made in America. I don't know what more you can ask for. So if you guys have any questions about the StrengthCo cast iron plates, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And as always guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.